Taxi vlog 360. It is a Tuesday night. I'm going to tell you something that happened last night. It was June the 1st. It was the full moon, or is it tonight the full moon? I'm not sure. It's full moon influence anyway. I was sent to pick up this guy, phoned him, and he said I'd be right out. So he came out, and he was making all kinds of rassin' frackin' kind of noises, and talking to himself a little bit on the way to the car. And I thought, oh, here we go. He got in, I asked him, how you doing? Fine, he said. Gave me an address. Okay, fine. So I turned around in the driveway because it was on a busy street, and I didn't want to back out of a driveway on a busy street, especially when there's room to turn around. And then, while I pulled out of the driveway, the beeping went on for the seatbelt. He said, "What the fuck? I'm wearing my seatbelt. What the fuck?" I said, "I'm not wearing mine." He said, "Well, you got to put that thing on." I say, "No, I don't." He says, "Well, what makes you think you're so special you don't have to put on a seatbelt?" I said, "Well, I'm a taxi driver, and taxi drivers are exempt from wearing a seatbelt. We don't have to put one on." "Yes, you do. This is British Columbia. This is the law. You have to wear a seatbelt." "No, I don't. It's in the law book that I do not have to wear a seatbelt if I'm driving a taxi in town." "I don't know what makes you so special, but you're supposed to put your seatbelt on. You're putting my safety in jeopardy. You're not being safe. I want to get home safe. And you're not being safe not wearing a seatbelt." Well, if I was to say something like, you know, there's no substitute for thinking and driving, and it's what's between your ears that matters, not what's on your shoulder for safety on the road. He said, "Well, I want to get home safe, and you should put your seatbelt on." I said, "No, I do not have to." Anyway, we went on like this for a little bit longer, and I had had quite enough. I stopped the car. I said, "Look, you're obviously not satisfied with this arrangement. Why don't you get out and take another cab?" "You gonna call me another cab?" "Yeah, I'm gonna call you another cab right away. Just get out of this one, please. I've had enough of you. You're giving me a headache." He said, "Well, I'm paying for this. I want to get home." I said, "You haven't given me a dime. Get out. I don't want your money. Just get out. Leave. Get out of this car." "You can't tell me to get out of here. I have my rights. I want to go home." I said, "Look, you're pissing me off. Get out of my car." I said, "I'm going to call the police." I said, "Go right ahead. Call the police. Make my day. I'm going to complain to your boss." "Go ahead. Complain. Call the office. See how far that gets you. Do you think I care?" "Go on. Call the police. Go ahead. Make my day." Well, he wouldn't budge. He wouldn't get out. So I figured, all right, we're halfway there anyway. He says, "I'll pay." "Okay, you'll pay. Good." So I thought, okay, I'll grin and bear it. I'll take him where he's going, get paid, and get the fuck out of there. I've never heard anything so stupid in my life. You're a moron. You're an asshole. He said this over and over on the way. And I said, "Look, you're the one who started this. You have to wear a seatbelt." I said, "Look, I'm through with talking to you. I'm through with arguing with you. But why don't you put your seatbelt on? Look, I don't have to wear one. Well, what makes you so special? Just because you're a cab driver, you don't have to wear a seatbelt. That's right. It's in the law books. Anyway, he wasn't responding to reason. Never seen anything so retarded in my life. You're a dick. He kept on going like this. You moron. I've never had an experience like this before in my life. I said, well, you brought this upon yourself, buddy. I didn't start this one. You're the one who complained. So anyway, we got to the place. He said, I've never had such a horrible ride in my life. I'm never calling you guys again. I said, well, that entirely is your choice, sir. You don't have to call me again. If I never see you again, it'll be too soon. Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Fine. You moron. Yeah, okay, I'm a moron. Fine. You asshole. I said, yeah, it takes one to know one. You know, and then, well, he couldn't figure out the interaction and how to pay. So I had to do it for him. So while I'm doing it for him, I said, I suppose you're not wanting to leave me a tip after this experience. No way! If you weren't such an asshole, I'd give you a tip. Fine. Fine. So I gave him his receipt. I took my end of it. I put it in my wallet. I guess I gotta go now. I said, yes, I would prefer that you leave. Okay, I'll go. So he opens the door. He's getting his stuff. He's got bags of stuff on the floor. He's picking up his things. And then he's standing there outside the car. Now, instead of closing the door, he's just standing there with the door open outside the car. And I said, you know, it's a very good thing you didn't take a swing at me, because if you did, I'd have to sue you. Why you? He tries to get back in the car. He tries to dive in here and tries to punch me or something. But at that point, I'm already in gear and pulling away. And he's grabbing onto the door frame. And he falls flat on the ground. My door closes as I'm pulling away. And I leave. I'm shaking for about half an hour. After that half hour was over, I was calmed down somewhat, and I get a message on MDT saying, Constable so-and-so wants to talk to you, this is his phone number. Okay. So I called the constable, and he says, are you the cab driver? I said, yeah. I told him who I was, and he said, well, I'd like to hear what you have to say for what happened. I told him the story pretty much the way I told you. I wouldn't say exactly verbatim, but, you know, I've had enough abuse. I can take quite a bit of it, but I don't enjoy it. But I told him what abuse I took. And I told him that after getting paid, I told the guy that, you know, it's a very good thing we didn't, you know, get to fisticuffs or nothing like that. Oh. So then that was it. I explained to the cop, and then I told him what happened at the end. You know, that the guy, and when I mentioned that it's a good thing we didn't start fighting, the guy started lunging to get back in the car and fight me. It's like, you know, I told the policeman, look, I could have called you when I stopped the car the first time, but I didn't want to waste your time and have you come and extricate this person out of my cab. Anyway, that was about the worst one this year. That rivals the one where the chick's Interac card wouldn't work, and then she wanted to complain about me and complain about my rotten service and so on and so on. Some people should not drink, and it's the same people or others should not do drugs. Yeah. Well, now it's Tuesday. that was yesterday. It is almost 23 hours since that incident, and I hope yours is better than mine.